video, I'm going to show you all the techniques you'll need to attach bands and borders. Here's our favourite method to space stitches evenly. First, we're going to divide the area before picking up. Lie the work on a flat surface. Then divide the edge into even sections. To do this, place a pin at each end of the edge. Take a coloured piece of yarn and cut to the length from one pin to the other. Fold the yarn in half and mark the central point with a pin. Repeat this process to mark the quarter points. Now all we need to do is to divide the amount of stitches by the number of segments you've made. With the right side facing, insert a needle through the fabric from the front to the back between the first and second stitch in from the edge for a neat finish. Wrap the yarn around the needle and pull the loop through to form a stitch, almost treating the fabric as if it was the other needle. Continue in this way along the whole edge, picking up the required amount of stitches between each pin. Next, we're going to sew on a band. With the right side facing, it's common for the end of the row to be looser than the beginning of the row. When working a cardigan, the right front side edge will be looser than the left front edge. And this is why it's important to count the number of rows of the bands to ensure that they're the same length. Also, buttonholes can distort the length of a band and make it appear longer than a band without buttonholes. When knitting bands separately from the main garment, increase an extra stitch on the inside edge of the band for sewing up. Work the whole button band first, counting the rows as you go. Pin, then sew on using flat stitch, slightly stretching as you go. Continue to work in flat stitch, but don't cast off until you're absolutely sure the band fits. Next, we're going to graft the two bands together at the centre back neck. Lie the bands together with the right side facing. Taking a third needle, the same size, insert the needle into the front of the first stitch on the front band through to the first stitch on the second band and knit both stitches together. Work the second stitch on both bands in the same way. Then cast off the first stitch over the second. Work the next stitch from front and back band and cast off. Continue in this way all the way to the end of the band. Grafting the stitches together this way will give you a flat seam that will lie properly at the back of the neckline. So that's it. Happy knitting.